Hey guys, welcome to the hack for the gold level for PM simulation. Now remember that the way we have created these simulations is to make it very easy for you. We understand that transition can be a major challenge, so we have created these games in such a way that the gold and the platinum levels are kind of easy just to ensure that the transition is kind of smooth. But the diamond level has basically three steps. Step A, step B, and step C, they are pretty hard. So my suggestion would be that you start with gold, then go to platinum, and then go through diamond. And trust me, the diamond is going to be pretty tough. But then if you've got to make about 80 grands a year, you'll have to get those skills, right? So let's get to basics, and which is the rule document is, remember, your objective is to experience. And to experience would be to reflect, to measure, to create the impact, and ask the questions. Always remember the business case actually revolves around you as the person. The CEO is there to give you directives, and that is the voice of the customer. It's like somebody saying, hey, Eddie or John, this is how you're measured upon. Go and prove yourself. There's going to be resources available for you. And at the end, we have a CEO interview and peer-to-peer feedback. Now, we'll go through the hack, but first, these are the skills. Some are hard, some are soft, but this is what you're going to learn. My suggestion is that you absolutely understand that none of these are incorrect. They are all very relevant, and you need to really focus on acquiring these skills. You'll need it as a project manager. You know the business case, right, from the game, and you also know what the voice of the customer is. So the hack basically starts from this page, which is the resources available. Remember one thing, as a project manager, today's project management is basically integrating knowledge and skill groups. Now, how you do that, it depends upon how you're experiencing different people in the organization. So you have an internal team, and then you have somebody like a customer, right? If you have to create the activity, you need to integrate all these knowledge sources. But the most important thing is you have to leverage knowledge sources. So your best friend is actually your virtual admin. Why? Because your virtual admin has been here for a long time. You have access to a lot of people, but remember, if you don't ask questions, nobody's going to help you. Now you might question why. Why wouldn't we help you? The reason is this is just like actual life. Everybody is busy. If you don't find a way to get into other people's plan, you'll probably never be able to do real project management here. So let's go through the hack. And as I said, at the goal level, things are slightly easy. So let's go through it. You have several steps over here, and which is interviewing of workers, creating teams, and you have to solve chaos. And to solve chaos, what matters is to understand people, motivate them, influence them. You can only do that when you invest time in building relationships. In your team, remember, there are many people with different personalities, different cultures. If you can identify who are the people you want to bet on and build the relationships, they will work for you. They will make you successful. Regarding the business case, go and take a look at the business case, how to do a business case in the same folder in the workplace. My suggestion is that you definitely also look at what employees and workers want to understand how people want to be treated. It is very critical that you be human, but it doesn't mean that you have to be superhuman or subhuman. You've got to be very normal, and you cannot be too political as well. So, which means you're leading it, you're influencing it. You have to attract people and lead them. Remember one thing, that whenever you strategize where to send out emails, you are basically doing your own networking. To do your own networking, find out which companies you think would be worthwhile networking with. You are networking with startups and small businesses. The startups and small businesses are started by very passionate people who have 10, 15 years of experience, and like people like me who suddenly feel that they want to do something worthwhile in life, and they're passionate people. So therefore, eh, the moment you reach out to them with a reason, these people are want to create impact. They're going to join you and help you, and you can network with them. They can either help you get you into their company, or they have connections in the industry. The more you bond with them, the better it is. Okay, so it serves your benefit too. I have to let you know that when you set the expectations, get everybody's consent, which means in the workplace, get everybody's written commitment to do something. People can promise something, but what you need is, hands that help are holier than the lips that pray, which means simple. People need to agree in writing and hold themselves accountable. How you want to do that is up to you. Remember a couple of pointers. That is, during project execution, keep in touch with the people. Don't just give them directives and then vanish, because the results will not happen. Your job is to create outcomes. That's how the industry pays you. You don't create outcomes, doesn't matter. You're working 26 hours a day. It will not matter. Okay? So, as I said, guys, it is you. I think the advice and before you begin and all these slides are pretty good. It shouldn't be difficult for you to kind of understand. So we are going to talk about a couple of things which are not on these slides. You probably have these slides already in the game, so which is fine, but I want to stress on communication. And remember, the gold, platinum are both games that prepare you. But when you play the diamond level, it is tough. It is very tough, which is a reason we have a step A, step B, and step C. But if you don't do the basics right, you'll fail to see the interconnectivity between cause and effect, which means as you build a relationship, these people go and make you successful at a later date and time. But if you don't do it, you don't get the effect. So communicate clearly, eloquently, and ensure that everybody is on the same page. Without building the right relationships and communicating right, this process is going to fail. You'll realize that as project managers, you don't have control, you only have influence. Always ask for guidance. You lose some time, but then the more questions you ask, people are going to help you. This economy is called the shared economy, and the service economy and crowdsourced economy. People want to share. If you can ask right and you can show people what is their gain, they'll help you achieve what you're looking for. Interviewing, be very careful. The art of interviewing is to take a risk and eliminate the people. Then interview the right people and build the relationships. Your goal is to take care of chaos, which means understanding and listening to people and looking at the root cause is very vital. You're clocked, but then remember, it is more about getting the outcome than the clocking of time. If you do your things right, results are bound to come out. If you don't do things right, it won't. So, um, feel the pulse of people, be human, but don't be too human. Don't be too political. Leaders live in glass houses, and that's how the team is going to watch you. Okay, so I think we have talked about this enough. Business case study is there's a file that you can absolutely look at in the same folder. You know the rest of the steps. One last step that I want to talk about is get a written handoff. Anything that does not have a written handoff has no meaning. I can tell you billions of dollars that are lost by companies because there has been no written handoff. So, this simulation also gives you the ability to go for an interview with the CEO of the company. CEOs are busy. You have to have the mindset of a CEO to understand the CEO. They look broad, they have a higher mindset, they are focused on value and outcomes. If you cannot quantify what you have achieved, you'll never be able to get to the CEO and ask for a promotion. If you don't ask for a promotion, you do not succeed in this simulation. Okay, so we end this with a little bit of peer-to-peer activity where you give frank updates about how you felt, others give you frank updates of how you did. Makes sense? So it becomes very clear. My suggestion is that you use the afterburner method. That is the only thing I got to tell you because it's the best method of doing peer-to-peer feedback. Okay? Take care, guys. Have fun.